Hi, this is a basic tutorial showing you how to get started with the app. I've sped up parts of the video to keep the tutorial shorter and easier to follow. When you first download the app, you'll see the onboarding screen. From there, you can enable biometric login on your phone and enter your email address. Make sure you enter the same email address correctly in both fields. Otherwise, you'll receive a message saying the emails do not match. I intentionally made a mistake here just to demonstrate how it works. I'm currently recording this on a simulator, not a real device, so this is only for demonstration purposes. Once you continue, you'll see the option to switch profiles. You can choose between a personal profile and a business profile. Most users will use the personal profile first. You'll then arrive at the property setup screen, where you can enter your property details. Add the property name, such as a London flat, along with the full address and ownership percentage. For example, you may own 100%, 75%, or 50% of the property. Once completed, you'll enter the dashboard. You can also add multiple properties. For example, if you own another flat or house, simply add the address and details the same way. Personal and business profiles are kept completely separate, allowing you to manage both independently without mixing records. I highly recommend using manual entry. Although automatic CSV imports are available, manual entry gives you better control and maximum accuracy over your records. From the dashboard, go to Rental Entry to add income or expenses. Select whether the entry is income or expense before continuing. For example, if you are adding rental income, select Income, choose the correct date, and enter the amount received. You should also select the correct category, such as monthly rent, advance payment, or deposit. Adding clear notes makes it much easier to review your records later. Once saved, the entry will appear in your wallet. Entries remain editable, so you can update, delete, or correct them later if needed. Adding expenses works the same way. Go to the expense section, enter the amount, and choose the category, such as repairs or management. Always make sure you assign the entry to the correct property. You can return later to review or update any entry. Manual entry is much easier than spreadsheets and gives you a clearer understanding of your records. The app is designed to make managing your property finances simple and organized. Go to the expense section, enter the amount, and choose the category, such as repairs or management. Always make sure you assign the entry to the correct property. You can return later to review or update any entry. If you own multiple properties, you can track which income and expenses belong to each property individually. You can also categorize expenses such as repairs, travel, insurance, or management costs. For example, if you travel to visit your property, you may be able to claim mileage as a business expense. The app includes a mileage feature that automatically calculates the expense based on your journey distance. We've also made mortgage tracking simple and easy to manage. Now let's look at quarterly submissions. Once your quarterly entries are complete, you can link your HMRC account through the digital gateway. Before submission, all your data stays stored locally on your device. Nothing is shared with us or anyone else. Even as developers, we cannot see your financial data. Only when you grant permission and submit to HMRC will the summary totals be securely transferred. After submission, the quarter becomes locked and cannot be edited. This ensures full compliance with HMRC making tax digital requirements. The app keeps a secure record of all submitted quarters, including income, expenses, and tax breakdowns. For example, if quarter 1 has been submitted, the records are frozen and cannot be changed. However, you can still view all entries and supporting information. If HMRC ever asks you to justify a submission, you can export a complete bundle containing all related entries and evidence. The app also allows CSV and AI-assisted imports, although I still recommend checking all imported data carefully before saving. You remain in complete control of every entry, including dates, categories, amounts, and property assignments. For most landlords with only a few monthly transactions, manual entry is usually the simplest and most accurate option. You can also switch to a business profile for commercial properties such as shops or offices. Business and personal profiles remain completely separate, with separate calculations, records, and submissions. Once a quarter is finished and submitted, the records for that quarter become locked. You can still save entries while the quarter is active, but once quarter 1, quarter 2, or quarter 3 has been officially submitted, those records can no longer be edited. The dashboard will clearly show that the quarter has been submitted and locked for compliance with HMRC making tax digital requirements. The app is designed to help you stay organized and keep track of everything you've submitted. You'll be able to view all quarterly records, totals, and full tax breakdowns at any time. You can also go back to a specific tax year and review all submitted quarters in detail. Although submitted entries cannot be edited, you can still view all records and supporting information. If you missed an entry, you can add it in the following month or next quarter. However, once a quarter has been submitted, the entries inside that period remain permanently locked. You can also export a complete bundle of your records for backup or audit purposes. Make sure to export and save your bundle regularly. All backups are stored locally on your device. We do not use cloud storage, which means your data stays fully under your control. The app also supports annual tax returns. You can add information such as employment income, P60 details, savings, dividends, pensions, side income, and other income sources. The app will calculate your totals before submission and estimate how much tax may be due, helping you review everything before filing your self-assessment return. Once submitted, the annual return is securely recorded and cannot be edited, ensuring accurate compliance records. You can also export your records and bundles for backup purposes. All backups are stored locally on your device or cloud storage of your choice, such as iCloud. If HMRC ever comes back for an audit and asks for evidence of your submissions, you can easily justify everything through your exported bundle. Simply open your bundle and extract the records you need. You'll be able to show every entry, including supporting details and transaction history, to justify your submission. The app also supports CSV and AI-assisted imports from statements, although I do not highly recommend relying completely on AI imports because AI can sometimes make mistakes. If you are confident using CSV imports, you can import entries automatically. We are also planning future banking integration, but because this is a completely free app, we are trying to avoid extra banking costs and keep everything free for users. Even when importing with AI or CSV, you still have full control over every entry before saving. You should always check the dates, categories, amounts, and assign properties to make sure everything is correct. You can edit entries manually at any time before saving, giving you complete control and maximum accuracy. For most landlords, manual entry is still the easiest and most reliable option, especially when managing only a small number of transactions each month. You can also switch between personal and business profiles. For example, commercial properties such as shops can be managed separately from personal rental properties. Personal and business accounts are completely separate, with different calculations, records, submissions, and property management. This gives you full control over all your property records in one place. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions, please message or email us. We'll be happy to help. Thank you, and goodbye.